Real Talk Radio.
The party.
Good morning, Abilene, Texas. Hope everybody's doing all right. And good morning to the friends abroad, across the nation, on the other side of the pond. Real Talk Radio with Dan Lane. Excuse me. I haven't been awake very long. I tried to sleep in, but it just never works, especially when you got people sending you breaking news, new developments that are going on in Syria right now, which is what we're about to get into. Looks like Trump has repositioned his thinking. He did not say that he wasn't going to do airstrikes. However, he said that it could happen tomorrow, the next day, or maybe not at all. Seems like he's pretty indecisive, and I think the reason for that is because Syria has strategically repositioned some of their air assets very close to Russian artillery and Russian territory over there, claiming that if they accidentally hit something of Russia. Now, if Trump launches any tomahawks into Syria and takes out anything of Russia, anything at all, that's going to be a bad thing. So I think Assad was pretty ballsy and pretty smart, which I think is what's leading to Trump's repositioning his thinking right now. So, that being said, France has had to come out and said that they have proof. Okay, now France. Now let's think about this for a second. First of all, let me go ahead and just lay this out for you. France came out and said that they have irrefutable evidence that Assad was behind the gas attacks on his own people. Now, but did not disclose any information. They need to gather more information before they disclose it. Ironically, this is the same thing the UN said back in the previous, before they were forced to come out and apologize. Oops, sorry, we were wrong. And without even an apology from Trump, after launching the mother of all bombs in there in response to the gas attacks. Even though the UN came out and said, well, we made a mistake, we messed up, it wasn't Assad that gassed his people. It was the neocon-funded jihadis that did it. Which is the same thing that's going on here. Because if you play chess, even if you play checkers, you know that if Assad did, in fact, gas his own people, just as his region was stabilized, Russia agreed to pull out, the United States agreed to pull out, Assad can handle it from here. We strengthened his forces. The Islamic takeover was pretty much neutralized. And then, boom, I destabilized my own region again. Thus maybe causing World War IV, or at best another proxy war. Or putting my head on a platter. It makes no sense. So France comes out and says, well, we have irrefutable evidence. Well, where is it? You know what? That just aggravates the crap out of me. That's like someone coming up to you and they're saying, hey, man, oh, my God, bro, I got to tell you something. I got to tell you, this is going to blow your mind, dude. And you're like, oh, hell yeah, what's up? I'll tell you later. What? You can't just, no, you can't just do, this is a very serious thing. Now, here's another thing. France, being now is an Islamic state. Are we going to trust them? Are we really going to trust them to deliver accurate information to the West pointing at Assad, whom we were there to stabilize, whom beckoned our help along with Russia? Russia and the United States finally came to agreement. There for a while, if you remember correctly, they cut off all radio communications on us. No one knew what was going to happen next. As a matter of fact, we were more in danger of going into another war at the beginning, the end of Obama's administration, and the beginning of Trump's administration than we are right now. At least right now we have substance. It makes no sense to destabilize and create more chaos in the region. It makes no sense. This sounds like a total Islamic takeover to me. And regardless of your political beliefs, I don't know what side of the fence you stand on, or if you stand in the center, if you just don't stand at all. At some point, we have to come to the logical conclusion that this is a war for territory. That's all there is to it. Now, Monday, the strike on the Syrian Air Force base that killed 9 Iranians. Okay, Syria and Russia know that it was an Israeli airstrike. Now, Israel doesn't deny or claim it. They're just like, okay. But then again, turned around and said, they will not allow the Iranian military forces to gain any foothold in Syria. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Israel was behind that airstrike. It's just a big mess over there. I mean, you don't really know who to trust. You kind of have to go by your gut. You kind of have to go by when people come out and say certain things and they deliver the news, what side of the fence they're on. Are they enemy? Are they allies? Or what are they? France, being an Islamic state now, I don't think I could trust anything they say as far as I can throw them, especially when they come out and say something like, oh, we've got irrefutable evidence. This is a game changer right here. But we'll tell you later. What? Who does that? Who does that? I mean, it makes no sense. I don't buy it for 1 second. Assad did not gas his own people. This has happened 3 times before, and Assad was punished for it. And was never apologized to after they came out and said, oops, we messed up. Sorry, buddy. Meanwhile, I was reading a column written by a Russian journalist who was talking about how the previous gas attacks, were 100% faked by mainstream media. That the warmongers pretty much took a bunch of poor people, paid them $100, took some pictures of them, putting the gas, the oxygen mask up to the kids and doing all this and just take, video footages and all that. And after what I saw the last time this happened, where the tarp-covered bodies were moving around, and folks were getting up, smiling, and of course you didn't get those images on CNN. All you got was the bodies laying lifelessly with the yellow tarps over them. You didn't get the footage of the guy sitting up scratching his nose, of the guy moving around. I think one of them was even slapping at the guy next to him, just kind of playing around. It's all staged, and it's a war for territory, man. That's what it is. And they're just playing people. They're just playing. It's like fiddles. That's all they're doing. Trump, I hope, has a better head on his shoulders than to fall for it. Because, like I said, this is not the first time that we've seen something like this happen. Now, I'm sorry, but I can't stand on the side that someone who beckoned our help to stabilize the region would deliberately destabilize it after so much bloodshed. Makes no sense. Then again, I could be wrong. I'm not exactly known for rational thinking, I don't think outside of the box. Of course I think outside of the box. I go right along with CNN and mainstream media. No, what I do is I take into consideration, when people always ask me, why do you watch or listen to CNN if you do not believe a word they're saying? That's the reason I watch CNN, because I don't believe a word they're saying. It's a pretext to something larger. It's a prelude to getting the truth, because pretty much 100% of the time, and that may be a very generous estimation, but just about every single time they open their mouths is nothing but a filthy, dirty lie. Especially when it comes to terrorism. Domestic terrorism, foreign terrorism, you name it. War, anything and such. They're not going to give you accurate information. Right now, they're telling you that Assad gassed his own people. This is the 4th time he's done it. I don't buy it. I do not buy it. Russia says they know he didn't do it. Okay? We're supposed to be... I mean, this is the closest that the United States has been with Russia since the Cold War. We're actually strengthening ties here. It would be in Trump's best interest. Now, this is, and I'm not saying this to avoid getting our asses kicked by any means, because we're in a position right now that if we wanted to cause some serious damage, we could. They're telling you that Chinese naval fleets are on their way. They're all the way in the Black Sea. They're 1,000 miles away. They wouldn't get there in time. In a split decision, we went to start. I mean, they just wouldn't. So China, it doesn't matter. I don't care about China. Russia's there. Syria has moved its artillery very close to Russian artillery. So if Trump fires, orders to strike, and we hit anything having to do with Russia, we're in trouble. It's going to get bloody. It's going to get messy. And that's just going to ruin everything the United States has worked for. It's going to ruin everything Trump has worked for. For the first time since the Cold War, the United States and Russia actually came to an agreement, and he's going to mess that up. For the first time, and I don't even know how long, North and South Korea agreed to sit at the same table. Trump has done a lot, regardless of what people think. I don't care if you're a Trump hater, if you're a Trump supporter. I really don't care much. You know, Trump has done a lot of good things, but the things he's doing right now, I don't agree with. My personal advice is to pull out of there. Let Russia handle it. We do not need to be over there. We need to be focusing on our own problems. I understand things are messed up in the Middle East, but then again, this is nothing new. Palestinians and the Israelites have been fighting for thousands upon thousands of years. Destabilization in the Middle East is nothing if not imminent. And we don't need to be over there. We need to be over here. So that's just my thing. Take it or leave it. You know, I'm going to give you my opinion. So, coming to the end of my little 15-minute segment. Sorry I didn't get back on last night. I was very tired. I didn't get a chance to read the article that I wanted to read all the way through before getting on here and actually just talking. So, you guys... hang in there. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day outside, especially if you live in Abilene. It's nice, kind of cloudy, windy. It's beautiful. You guys take care. Have a blessed day, and I will catch you on the flip.
Real Talk Radio.